Okay, so welcome to the webinar. Okay, we're live. Fantastic. Welcome to the first RSL Rural Commemorative Youth Choirs webinar. This is the first time we've done this, so I'm sorry we're a little bit late, but was taking a little bit of time to get us online. So welcome everyone that is on board. I'm still just trying to find my way around this new system, so you'll have to just bear with me while we kind of learn together. Now, just having a little look at whether or not we can find out who is online. That would be interesting to know if you are actually here. Q&A is on, right, so I'm hoping that we'll be able to do some chatting. Anyway, meanwhile, welcome to this webinar. Whether or not you are watching it live or whether or not you are watching it on the replay, I know some of you will be watching it on playback because you've got other things on tonight. But yeah, I'm OJ Rushton. I'm the Creative Director of the RSL Rural Commemorative Youth Choir. And we have just come through a fabulous year. In 2015, the centenary of Anzac Year was a very special year for the choir. And congratulations to each one of you who are on this webinar that were part of that. So I'd like to say a big thank you to the mob leaders. Each one of you had your own part to play, so that's fantastic. Thank you so much for being involved in everything you did, all the behind the scenes hard work you put into practices and getting the children ready for events. That was fantastic. I'd like to say a big thank you to the parents. Each one of you played a very vital role. Your dedication to get the children ready, dressed in uniforms, all that sort of thing really made a very big difference. We couldn't have done it without you. Of course, we had some other wonderful people on board, our very, very dedicated choir committee and the people involved in that. Dr. Brendan Nelson was very, very supportive. And of course, we got to do some amazing things. So I know the War Widows having us at St Andrew's Cathedral 2 years in a row. They were fantastic. And of course, the big, big thing that we were leading up to last year was the Kangaroo March, with many of you travelling across 9 destinations over 5 weeks. So that was huge. I hope you've had a bit of a break because we're ready to start 2016. And so tonight's webinar is really about walking you through some of the new opportunities that we're bringing to you. Last year was a year of growth and it was pretty exciting. It was exciting times, and we started by the end of last year, we had 6 choir mobs across New South Wales. And when everyone, if we could get everyone together at one time, there would have been over 150 people or young people involved in the choir last year, so right across New South Wales. So that was fantastic. But coming into this year, we've got some new initiatives and ways that you can be involved. We talked about leadership last year, and we did step each young person into some leadership opportunities at the levels that they were able to manage. We were able to step up 6 of our choir members into choir ambassador, which was really our first leadership level, and then we gave them leadership opportunities to help do leadership things with their peers. And I think one of those very significant events was the music and leadership camp that we ran about mid last year. Now, I do actually have someone who I think is on the call who would love to tell you a little bit about it. In fact, she's one of the choir ambassadors, and I'm just going to see if I can somehow get her. Quick chat, here we go. All right, so chat message here. I might just see, just bear with me. As I said, this is a new platform for me. So we're learning together tonight, as I said, for those of you who have maybe just come on. No, that's not it. Control room, maybe it's that. No, it's not. No. All right, we might need to do it via group chat tonight. So I'm just going to ask, is Kira on the line? Kira, are you there? So hopefully you will see a chat box come up. So Kira, if you're there, if you would like to just type in a little message to say, yes, I'm online. If she's not, we'll keep going. But and I'm sorry you can't speak on this webinar, we will eventually be able to do these things. But because this is a new platform, there's all sorts of things they're saying, oh, you should install this and install that. So we'll get there. Now, so really that music and leadership camp last year was very significant. So for those of you who may not be aware of what we did, we invited a group of our young people to a 3-day camp. And so they came to us in the morning and they went home each night. But in the day, the first day, we looked at some personal leadership, looking at their values as leaders and that sort of thing. We then went on to the second day. We stepped up our mob leaders, not our mob leaders, we stepped up our choir ambassadors, sorry, for the first time. So we appointed, well, all up we have 6, but at that camp we stepped up 5 ambassadors, and then we tasked them with pulling together all the other members of that camp to present a concert for the day 3. And they had to do everything. They had to pull a team together. They had to lead that team in a specific task. So there was a number of task forces, I guess you could say. One of them was setting up the hall. There was a group that was in charge of the afternoon tea for the parents after the concert. And then all the ambassadors helped put the program together, working with the other people. And what happened was those young people, just in about a day and a half, put a very high quality concert together. And they put a high quality concert together that basically blew everyone away. And it was a full house at Exeter Hall, and there was, I believe there was over 100 people there. And I think every single person went away very impressed with our young people. So for those young people and for their parents who were involved in that, a big congratulations. But because of the success of that, we have been looking at how we can step up the leadership side of what we're doing. So this year, we're looking at introducing the 21st Century Leadership Academy. And I'm not sure if you can actually see my screen here. I'm going to just put that up so that you can see it. Hopefully you can see that, guys. If you can't, you'll still see my face and just hear me talking. But the 21st Century Leadership Academy, in fact, is about stepping the young people up into leadership. And I just want to go through a little bit about what that means and what that looks like for 2016. So the 2016 Youth Leadership Program really addresses 3 things. The first thing, and I know you're possibly sitting there concerned about your young people and the level of engagement that they have, not just with society, but just in general engagement in anything. Maybe it's engagement in their schoolwork, engagement in conversation at the dinner table, or even engagement with you or other people. And so what we found last year was that by using music, we were able to engage the young people and get them interested in what they were doing, and really gave them a platform to be engaged 4. So what we're looking at doing this year is bringing in what I'm calling the Face the Future formula. And as you can see, it is based on a musical concept, which are the spaces of the musical staff or the treble staff of FACE. Now, this formula basically goes through 4 essential things that the children will need really to be engaged, not only as leaders, but hopefully, okay, so it looks like I just got a text saying they're waiting to join the webinar. Is everything okay? Right, so I'm actually saying that I'm live, and no one's answering me, so maybe I'm not live. Okay, so if you are on the webinar, it does actually say that I am broadcasting. So I'm not quite sure what that means for the webinar. Interesting. Okay. If you're on the webinar, if you're on this webinar and you can hear me, can you just send me a quick text to 0412 504 153, because it's saying I've got 0 viewers. So it looks like I've got a little problem with getting onto the webinar. Control panel, live room, sent, open. The joys, the joys. All right, let's just see what's going on here.